Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. For those of you who are watching live, I appreciate you. And for those of you who are catching this recording, that's awesome. I am so thankful to have Jennifer Donald on for my next episode of JHC and Friends. For those of you who don't know, actually, you know Destiny Donald because y'all have seen that I've mentioned her. She's behind the scenes helping us run this show, and she's helped me produce a lot of these episodes for the last 2 years. And thanks to Jennifer, she's the one who introduced me to Destiny. And you might have guessed they're related. So Destiny's mom is here today, and she is an entrepreneur. She's run a consulting business for many, many years now. I probably bumped into you a couple times before you started, or you probably started Teenpreneur before it became branded as Teenpreneur, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So I'd love for you to just give us a quick intro about yourself, and then of course we'll dive in.
Well, sure. Well, thank you, first of all, Julia, for the invitation. It is my honor. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Um, I am Jennifer Donald. I am the president, first of all, of Metropolitan Design and Consulting Group, because through that for profit, the nonprofit was birthed. And it was originally entitled Metropolitan Design and Consulting Foundation, but we rebranded it, like you said, to Teenpreneur because we noticed that our target was teens and preteens. So we're really excited about Teenpreneur and how that's taken off. But yeah, Metropolitan Design has been around for about 20 years. What I do there is project management, grant writing, proposal writing, teaching adults how to start their own business, all the steps, real hands-on, real customized training. And from that, folks kept saying, wow, this is awesome. Why don't you do this for teens or for youth? And that's, again, how that was birthed. So Teenpreneur has been around for like 16 years, MDCG or Metropolitan Design, the for-profit, for the last 20 years.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, no, thanks for clarifying because I really thought that it was pretty much like a completely separate entity. So it sounds like, I mean, you said you rebranded, or it's like, was it a branch under MCDG?
It was somewhat. It was somewhat. I was just saying that the nonprofit was birthed from that for-profit concept, but
Okay.
they are two separate entities. Metropolitan Design, again, is the for-profit, and Teenpreneur is the nonprofit. So two separate entities, two separate EIN numbers, just two separate entities. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's how I understood initially. I was like, oh, awesome.
Yes. Yes.
So then obviously with Teenpreneur Foundation, it's focused on teenagers, and you and your team, your family, amazing team, and some interns as well and volunteers are doing so much for the community. And what do you do primarily with Teenpreneur?
Yes. Well, what we do primarily is we work with teens in terms of their interests, and it's helping them explore taking their interests and their hobbies to another level, letting them realize they don't have to wait until they're older to really become an entrepreneur. They can start right where they are as preteens, as teenagers, and begin to understand the concepts of putting a business model together and making money and understanding what it means to budget, what it means to brand themselves, what it means to market themselves. And it's all at their level. So it's not overwhelming when we teach them concepts that they can grasp, that they can understand. You love to bake? Okay, you make brownies every weekend for, why don't you take that love, that passion, that understanding of what it means to make the brownies and sell them? Everybody's saying they love them. Why don't you customize them? Well, what do you like about my brownies? Take surveys. We're just helping them to take their ideas to another level. They never maybe thought about surveying their family or their friends and asking them, well, what do you like about my brownies? What do you don't like about my brownies? And then from there, they understand how to get feedback to, lessons learned, and how to take that information and make their business even better, or, just what they're doing even better. So it's just helping kids to think from another standpoint and they make money. They make money that they can save for college and what they need to, the things that they are interested in, maybe going to the mall or whatever that case may be. They understand that they can make money legitimately and take it to the next
I
level.
love that. And I feel like there is a big need in the teenage years, to
Yeah,
learn how to make money early on, other than aside from working else, because you learn so much when you actually start your own business.
you
And so I really appreciate that your mission is to educate young people. And the earlier they start, and I've tried to encourage this with my kids, but they're like, I know, I'm like, and I even show them YouTube videos, like, look at this kid is
yeah,
making a ton of money just creating content on YouTube, just
right,
alone, right?
right,
Focused on their passion.
right.
And so I think it's really awesome that you're dedicated to doing this. And not only that, but it really has so much social impact in our community,
It
right?
does.
So, like, it occupies teens, it
It
gives
does.
them a sense of purpose, it teaches them how to manage finances. And those are like amazing results. So,
Definitely. Definitely.
okay, I know we dove into Teenpreneur because I was like, oh, tell me more about Teenpreneur. But I wanted to talk also about like your past. What led you to this? What got you into consulting? You had, let's pull this up here. You graduated from FAMU in business administration. And did you dabble in like a 9 to 5 job first, and then you realized, wait, this is not for me? Like, what's your story of
Yeah.
like starting your business?
That did it. I started out, well, actually, I had an opportunity to do 3 internships when I was at the School of Business at Florida A&M. My first one was with Bloomingdale's in New York City, New York. I loved that. I thought about maybe going into retailing, but I was like, ah. And then my other internship was with Honeywell. I don't know if anybody remembers Honeywell in Boston, Massachusetts. That was fun. And then my last one was with Eastman Kodak. And that was amazing. That was in Rochester, New York. So I took that experience, all of those internship experiences, and said, is the corporate route the route that I want to take? I was just so connected to my community, Tallahassee. So I decided to take an auditing position with the city of Tallahassee. That was a great experience. And I just took all of that and said, this is great, but something within, I don't know. I love writing, and on the side, I found myself always writing proposals or writing grants. And I'm like, where is this coming from? But I guess my passion for writing, folks realize you're really good at writing and you're really good at expressing. People would tell me, this is what I'm trying to express. Can you help me express it? And that's and it just kind of led from there. I'm not even sure what happened, but I just kept getting approached by friends. I would do it one time, I guess, for them, write a paper or help them with something like that. And they would ask me to do it again. Well, can you help me with this grant this time? Or can you help me with this proposal this time? And it just kept leading in that direction. I realized, hey, I've got a knack for expressing what other folks can express in writing. And that's real key. A lot of people can talk, and that's good. But sometimes you've got to write that vision, write that what you're trying to express down so that someone can read it, and run with it and understand what you're trying to say. So that one thing just kind of led to another as far as writing. So grant writing is now something that I'm good at, and I've been doing it for years. And that's what I'm titling myself as, a grant writer, project manager. But that's my past in terms of what I did. And it just kind of led to where I am right now. So I'm excited. I'm still grant writing. I'm thinking about writing a book. So I'm excited about that.
Oh my
Hopefully that
goodness.
will be out in the next 2 years, just my experiences and just kind of speaking to folks from a practical standpoint that want to start a business and they don't have a lot of money, just how I did it. So I'm hoping that it goes well. The title of it is going to be Fear Not Entrepreneur. So
Ooh,
and probably
I
one
love
geared
it.
towards, yeah, fear not, and probably one towards teens as well. Fear not teenpreneur, but I'll just kind of see where it goes from there. But just letting them know they can start where they are. So I'm excited
Yeah,
about that.
I love it. And your husband is also an entrepreneur. Like,
He
he started a business a long
is.
time ago, right?
Yes, he did as well. He is a landscape designer and he does irrigation. So it's just like I'm surrounded by it. So even though I thought I was
We all
going to
are
be in
creative.
corporate, yeah, I thought I was going to be in corporate America, but when I met my husband, he truly introduced me to that concept of entrepreneurship. And I think it was already embedded in me, but he just kind of pulled it out. So I'll talk about that in my book too. Who you're surrounded by, that really has a lot to do with that energy that you have towards what you're being pulled to. So I'll talk about that as well. But I'm very grateful for my husband. He's one of my mentors. But that's key. That's key as well, having those entrepreneurial mentors to drive that
And
vision.
it really runs in the family, because I'm so glad you introduced me to Destiny. I don't know if we would have crossed paths any other way. But really, honestly, like, I feel like either you can call it the universe or, God and his sovereignty. But like, when these opportunities come and people come to me and say, hey, I'm interested in working with you, like, to me, that is a priceless
It
opportunity.
is. It is.
And Destiny has been so amazing. And so obviously it's a product of what you and your husband has done over the years
Thank
of
you.
raising her so well. And she's entrepreneurial. I could tell,
She is.
and
She's
she has that curious drive and creative background. And so even for me, my parents were entrepreneurial. Like, sometimes
yeah.
it's really out of necessity that you run your own business, right?
Yeah.
So what better family to run a foundation for a teenpreneur? Like that, it's
Thank
awesome.
you.
So
Thank
one of the things like that I also wanted to ask too is because I dabbled with grant writing for a client last year, and it is not easy at all. I respect and kudos to anyone who wants to do this for a long time.
you.
And so how, like, I know you mentioned that you love to write, and what made you want to do grant writing for? I would say it is a for-profit model, but you also focus on nonprofits to do this for, right?
Yes. Yes.
Primarily.
Yes. Well, it's a lot of funding out there, and it it hurts me when I see funding and then it not getting to the places that it needs to make a difference in our communities. Because I really have a passion for seeing our communities get better, for seeing young people or just anybody just maximize their potential. All of us are here for a purpose and a reason, and it's important that we understand that purpose, because if we're not in position, if we don't understand our purpose, it affects others. Like you said, we're all interconnected. And if I hadn't introduced you to Destiny, or someone hadn't introduced me to, we just wouldn't be where we are right now. So to me, that's important, that funding, that resources get to where they need to get to. And when I realized that, like you said, it's a lot of grant money out there, but it's just not getting into the hands that it needs to get to. That's where I felt like, okay, this is I'm here to close the gap between where the money is and where it needs to go. So basically, I just put myself in a position to just network and introduce myself to folks that need a grant writer, and that's how folks are coming to me through platforms like this. I'm hoping that folks realize that, hey, she's a grant writer and she's open and she's available, that they will give me a call. And if I can't do it, I can connect them to other writers that can assist. But it's really important because, if that funding doesn't get to where it goes, we're stagnant. We're not able to really, reach our full potential as a community, as a nation, as a world. So
Right.
that's where I feel I fit in. So yeah.
Would you say that because you've been in the space for a couple decades now, obviously, would you say there's more opportunities now than ever before?
Oh,
Like, there's more funding now?
there definitely is. There definitely is. But it takes a lot of research. And like you say, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes you may need to form a grant writing team. Sometimes you can, do it yourself, but it just depends on the type of grant it is. If it's a federal grant, those are pretty major. So you may need assistance with that. You may need to, if it's something, like a Walmart grant, local for 1,000, 1K or 5K, maybe that is something that you can do. But if you do find yourself struggling with it, ask for help. And I thank you, Julia, for platforms like this, and just our community for networking opportunities that connect us to people that can get things done for us when we can't do it ourselves. So that's important. Yeah.
That's awesome. And yeah, I've dabbled with different types of grants, but I obviously don't have 20 years of experience. But like, what are your favorite tools that you use? I mean, I'm sure there's like really great ones. There's probably a network. There's probably a lot of networks that you're tapped into. And so if you were to, for anyone who's considering going into the nonprofit route, or, I mean, you probably know some resources even for the for-profit route, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know that there is funding available for-profit as well. So are a lot of those resources available for for-profit and nonprofit?
Sure. It's just a matter, honestly, of just if you're starting on your own, just Googling, but locally, the innovation for nonprofits, uh, that's a resource. You can always go to the Small Business Administration. That's a good resource. Our local SBDCs, those are great, small business development centers. So it's just a matter of connecting in that way. You can always just research grant writers. But that's basically what I would suggest starting in those areas. If you're just getting started, there are different types of grants. Again, federal grants, corporate grants, local grants. So based on the type of grant, look inside that grant, read that grant, the grant guidelines thoroughly, and see what technical assistance may already be offered or that's rolled into that particular grant. Don't pull your hair out, but yeah, resources like that, urban awareness, it's a lot of them. So I can make those available, if you'd like, we can
have that conversation,
follow up on it, yeah, or I can post that, somewhere for you, but definitely it's not a problem. It's so many, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, because Destiny and I have been having a conversation too, because I know, and some people don't even know this, but some people probably start creating things or building things, they don't realize, oh, there's actually funding that supports what I'm trying to build.
Right.
So like if how the part that needs, I think the gap is like people knowing that these are out there. And so maybe, I guess, as a recommendation to business owners is like, it's better that they start networking with people like you and consultants like you, like, hey, if there are opportunities for me to get some funding, then what does that look like? Point me in the direction. And do you like, and what's common in your practice? Is it that you get a commission of the grants if they're won, or they charge hourly? What are those things? And you don't have to disclose the details of that, but
yeah. It honestly just depends. I'm flexible because a lot of organizations that I deal with are just getting started, and I realize that the resources are thin, and then there are others that are not just getting started, and I am open to either because I just want to see organizations succeed. So it's not so much I'm just focused on a particular client. My heart goes out to any client at any level because I realize one mission for one organization is just as important as another. So it just depends. We sit, we talk, we negotiate, we see where folks are, and we just kind of take it from there. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that and keep it general like that.
Yeah. And then I see, like, I know with Teenpreneur Foundation, you're obviously solving some really key problems in our community where the youth definitely need a lot more attention.
Yes.
And so I think that's amazing that you're already fulfilling that too. And it's really exciting to see. So going back to Teenpreneur, I was just curious, like, so what are you guys now doing? I know you've done some camps, right?
We actually we just partnered with a festival that took place in town, the Coolbreeze Art and Smooth Jazz Festival.
Oh, right.
So I love music, so all genres of music, I really do. But jazz is definitely one of my favorite. But what we do, we try to partner with different organizations and different nonprofits. What we did just recently, we had a business of music workshop. So for teens and preteens that are interested in music, for as far as making money, as far as starting a business, we did have a workshop where we had Dr. Angela Poole come in and talk to them about the different ways that you can maximize your potential, maximize your funding, even with your interest in music. Like say you're interested in the drums and you're really good at that, you can teach lessons, which we do have a young man, Ed Chapman. I think you just showed his picture there. He took his love, his passion, his talent of playing the drums, and he now teaches drum lessons on a regular basis. He now has merchandise. He's branded himself. He has a business, and he's just done very, very well. So that's an example of what we've done to just kind of help our youth. They have a passion, and that's him there. He actually played at the Coolbreeze festival, and he did an amazing job. So
that's great.
So we like highlight. He is only what, 9 years old, so he is well on his way. So,
wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited about when we can help our teens realize your passion, your talent. You can use that right now. You can teach us. But yeah, we're getting ready also for our summer camp. It's called the Y.E.S camp, Young Entrepreneurs Succeed. So registration opens next month. It runs from June 12th to August 4th. So if anyone is interested, they definitely need to go to our website, take a look. We are so excited about how we have guest speakers come out on Wednesdays. We've had them come out with their food trucks, whatever their business is. The kids get a hands-on live experience. First, the speakers come in and they talk about how they got started. And then we have our demonstration where they come with their food truck or they come with their product, and we have an opportunity to really taste and feel and touch, what they do. So the kids have an amazing time. They come in sometimes timid, not understanding what does it really mean to be an entrepreneur. And then they literally leave with all of this confidence, with their business model, with their business plan in hand, knowing what they want to do. So it's great just seeing that transformation and just seeing their self-esteem and how wow, I didn't realize, this was really inside of me. And they leave with their vision boards, and they're ready. They're really ready for the world.
And Destiny told me, and Alyssa's watching. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for joining us. Mm-hmm. She said that Junior Achievement is also partnering with Teenpreneurs. That is so exciting. Yes. Congratulations on that partnership.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're so excited to have Junior Achievement collaborate with us. So we know Junior Achievement has been around for a while. So we're excited about just kind of that synergy that's going to come from that, their curriculum, our hands-on curriculum, and just merging that together. So we're excited. It's going to be an awesome summer. So
y'all are going to be busy.
We are.
I mean, I thought too, because the building right now that you're located at is a really good location. It's a pretty central location for
It is. We are excited about once again being at what is now Freedom Church, but is located off of Thomasville Road, a very, like you said, very centralized location for our teens that can't get there. We've got a shuttle bus. We had pickup stops last year. Strategically on the south side of town, west side of town. So we would pick up the kids and bring them to the facility. We use that same shuttle bus on Fridays because Fridays is field trip day. So whatever we discuss, maybe it was marketing, we'll take a trip to a marketing firm, whatever it is we discussed that particular week, maybe health and wellness. One year we went to a farm. So we try to tie everything that we're doing every week is somewhat themed. So whatever that theme is, everything we're doing, all of our speakers, all of our field trips are kind of centered around that. So we're really excited about how that worked out. And, we're excited for our themes this year. So you got to come out and see what that's all about or check out our website. But we're excited. Yeah.
I'm going to have to get the full days because I definitely want to sign up my kids.
Yes, definitely.
I just get to see. There's so many cool programs going on this summer. And so I need to plan ahead before May hits. You know what they call May, right? Maycember?
Yeah, Maycember.
That's when it's over. That's when it's too late to sign up for camp. For people who are watching this, the parents, y'all need to sign up now.
Yes, definitely.
So before it gets, and it's the end of April, pretty much around the corner. And Daisha was saying that's so exciting, and thank you for taking the time to watch today. And Alyssa's also saying it's going to be a blast. So I'm really excited to see what y'all do and accomplish this summer. And yes. That's what I love about Tallahassee's, and especially watching now more recently. I feel like more and more organizations are collaborating, and there's definitely more of a spirit to like work together, and it's more visible, right?
Right.
Maybe it might have happened before behind the scenes, but I feel like it's more visible now.
Yeah, definitely. We're very grateful for that too.
Yeah, no, and thank you so much. I know we're getting close to the end of our episode, but I'd love to have this conversation more and see what happens after the fact and catch up again. Is there anything else that you'd like to include at the end? Just, ways that we can support Teenpreneur?
Well, you can always donate if you go to our website, teenpreneurfoundation.org. We're definitely looking for sponsors always, and donations are always welcome. You can sponsor a child. We gave away a couple of scholarships at the Coolbreeze Art and Smooth Jazz Festival, but we are definitely open to anyone that would like to, again, donate or sponsor a child this summer. It would mean the world. So we are really open to that. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity. Thank you to Destiny, again, my daughter that is working with, she's having a blast working with you, and she's working with, Teenpreneur as well. Very talented. So we're grateful for her. I'm grateful that she was able to start her business through the inspiration that she received from me and my husband. She and her brother have a aerial photography type business.
Yes.
So he does
Oh yeah,
drones.
I forgot. I wanted to mention that they have a drone.
Yeah, they have a drone business.
Yeah.
He actually did some really great footage of the Coolbreeze Festival that was at Cascades Park Amphitheater. So saw some coverage. It looks amazing. So we're glad that we can help birth youth entrepreneurs even in our own home. So we're just excited about the youth that are going to come through our summer camp. Again, spread the word. I'm telling you, your child will transform before your eyes, and they walk out again with a better understanding of what it means to put together a business plan. And even if they're not interested in becoming an entrepreneur, we help them put together a personal plan. So they're either the end result, the deliverable, it's going to be either a business plan or a personal plan, a vision board, but they're going to have a better understanding of who they are and where they fit in the world and what their contribution is, and just a positive experience that they'll be able to take back to school, back to their community, and just be a better person. And that's really what it's all about. So I'm excited. Yeah.
And I know we have a few minutes left. Just one more thing to bring out, and just Alyssa brought up a good point about silos. Like, we can't remain in silos. What would you say, to conclude, as a way to encourage our community, Tallahassee in general? Like, what can we do to break those silos? What has helped and what is working?
Yeah, I would say just more networking, more understanding. Get out and meet who's in your community. I always hear people say, I had no idea. I had no idea this was taking place. I had no idea. So just getting out more when opportunities come through, I don't know, chamber events or through whatever the situation may be, platforms like this, listen, absorb what's going on, and see how you can follow through or follow up, and just don't be afraid. We don't want a duplication of efforts. There really are a lot of organizations doing great things, but our visions are very similar. Our mission statements are very similar. So come together.
Yeah. That's true. That's one thing I also noticed, being a little bit more familiar with the nonprofit world here. And Tallahassee is a huge nonprofit community. Yeah. And I think I even remember they say, like, Tallahassee has probably one of the biggest hearts and a major giving community. Like, if we were to do an analysis, and I think there is one done by an agency here locally, that we as in Tallahassee in the past, is just, there's been millions that have been donated to nonprofits here over the years. And so it like you said, we need to get together. We have similar visions and goals and missions. It just would be more impactful if we all get together and work together.
Exactly.
Instead of separately.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much more we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much,
Thank
Jennifer, for
you.
hopping on. And thank you for all this awesome commentary here. I appreciate Alyssa and Daisha listening in, and she's commenting away, and
Thank
we
you.
hope those of you who catch the recording also got inspired by this, and contact Jennifer for any questions related to grant writing or even how to support Teenpreneur Foundation.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And for those of you who are interested, like I said, I am always looking for more guests to feature on this platform to talk about their story and what they want as far as what kind of impact they want to make locally in our community. So JHC and Friends is all about that, putting creatives and entrepreneurs in the limelight, especially if they don't get that opportunity often in other platforms. So happy to do this. This is why I love doing this, and I love continuing this conversation. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and end the show.
Thank you.